Okay, I'm back with the cell phone camera, taking another little video. Now let's reiterate. We got a special order color on a 40 with special order chrome and nickel, which according to the experts didn't happen. Special order 40 Egyptian white with chrome toolbox and chrome exhaust, which according to the experts didn't happen. A special order 41 FL factory two-tone custom paint, which according to the experts didn't happen. We got a special order, as I showed you the other day, 38 black knucklehead, which according to the experts, since you can't get it on your order blank as standard issue, couldn't happen. But everybody who's been around anything has seen original paint 38s. Black's only the most popular color since the Model T got offered in 1914. Any color you want, as long as it's black. Most popular color the world's ever seen. Got another special color, flamboyant green. We got another special color with documentation here. A spring color special with documentation. Gee, we got so many special order bikes, you think special order might have been standard. Well, let me tell you what. It was standard policy. There was more special order stuff being ordered than standard stuff, because they wanted to stay in business, and it is what it is. People ordered what they wanted, and the factory supplied what they wanted. If you don't supply what your customers want, you know what happens? You go out of business. So we got here a special little letter. It's important to understand. Let me reiterate a little history here when these beautiful bikes are made. Okay, Great Depression starts Black Friday, 1929, October 29th, if memory serves me right. Could have the actual date wrong. Eddie Ryan starts his Harley Davidson dealership approximately 1928 in San Pedro, right in front of the Great Depression. We got Harding, Hoovervilles, actually, in Washington. Warren G. Harding is head of the FBI. Comes down on the homosexual community. Later, it's found out he is one. Now we've got videos on YouTube. It's beautiful to be transgender. Different society. We have internet. We have TV. We have TV so long. Our old people grew up watching TV. But at this time, television was not invented. Lucille Ball was not a star. Fireside chats with FDR were commonplace, even still in 1940, let alone in 1938. Fireside chats with FDR, evening's entertainment was radio. Or you went out to the dance hall, you had either a live string band, orchestra, or the guys who couldn't afford that, they actually had mechanical orchestras in their dance halls. There's still some of those in existence today. So we're trying to give you a little history of what things were like when this stuff was made. You know who was still the main operation officers and presidents and so forth of the company? Let's find out. We have a little letter here from Harley Davidson Motor Company, dated August 19th, 1935, and it shows, come on camera, get in focus. Yep. Oh, cell phone cameras always get in focus at their own rate. Irritating. It doesn't do what you want it to. Let's try it again. Maybe I'll lay it down. There we go. Now we're in focus. Yay. You could send a cable, like a telegraph, you know. And look who is president. Come on, cell phone. Get in focus. There we go. Walter Davidson. William A. Davidson. William S. Harley, and Arthur Davidson are all operation managers, presidents, and so forth of the company. Now, there's going to be scans of this at the bottom of this little video, and I'm going to read it to you as we scan over it. To Harley Davidson dealers, subject, announcing special motors for extra performance. Announcing special motors announcing in August 19th, 1935. Well, we're about to read these bikes, most of them weren't offered in 1936. So, and new motors became available in September. Anybody who has old enthusiasts knows this. Any of you experts know that for a fact. New models happened in September. So you didn't even have 2 weeks to order this. Not even 2 weeks. Get a hold of the company, send a cable, or you don't get it. How many were made? I've seen 2 VLDDs, which we're about to discuss, ever. We are pleased to announce that we are now in a position to furnish a limited number of special motors to make it possible for you to offer motors with extra performance to present owners and prospects who want machines with more speed and performance. Let me put this down, maybe the cell phone camera will do better. Now, these ultra-modern motors are being announced only after having been tested for months by factory testers under all conceivable conditions, as well as in the hands of dealers and riders in actual everyday service. They can be operated like standard motors. In addition, have a little extra surge of power when you give them the gun, and extra top miles when you unwind them to satisfy the rider who wants a motor that will step out and lead the pack. They will be available in the standard color combinations as well as in the new Cameo Cream and Dawn Gray color special without extra charge for enamel. If you've been thinking of selling your demonstrator and taking out a new job, the VLDJ, never even seen one of them, guys. I've never seen one. For the VLDD, only seen 2 ever. Described below will give you a new standard of motor performance and will step up your new motorcycle sales. Trying to read this here. There have been rumors and much gossip about anticipated new models. The specials announced in this letter, together with our standard 74 and 45 models, will constitute our complete line to the end of the year. Any prospect who wants to get in on the lot of fine riding and great sport can now satisfy his desire for something which will give him a new conception of motorcycle performance. 35 VLDJ 74-inch twin, $10 net extra. A special 74-inch motor with extra speed, fitted with high compression cylinder heads of latest improved design, connecting rod bearings specially fitted for high-speed service, manifold polished on inside, race manifold, 1 1/8-inch carburetor Venturi, special muffler with 2-inch center tube, that's like drag race special, 23-tooth engine sprocket standard, 23-tooth sprocket optional, R7 hotshot spark plugs, motor specially assembled and road tested. For maximum speed, this model is also available with special inlet cams at an additional charge of $9 net. Specify when ordering. No part number. No part number. Remember that. No part number. Specify when ordering. That's your special order blank. 35 VLDD 80-inch twin, $20 net extra. A special 80 cubic inch motor for solo or sidecar service, longer stroke. Extra size gives this motor more dig out, lightning getaway, greater power, and more top speed. Perfect flywheel balance makes this model unusually smooth. Furnished with high compression cylinder heads of latest improved design. Cylinder heads, manifold, and intake ports are polished. Stock between cylinder bore and valve seats is cut down and polished. Stock between cylinder bore and valve seats is cut down and polished. Factory race cylinders, guys. This is a flathead now. Connecting rod bearing, specially fitted for high-speed service. Special muffler with 2-inch tube, drag race special here. 23-tooth engine sprocket standard. R7 hot shot spark plugs, motor specially assembled and road tested. Specify whether the machine will be used solo or sidecar when ordering. For maximum performance, this model is also available with special inlet cams at an additional charge of $9 net extra. Specify when ordering. Again, no part number. The Montana Cycle and Supply Company, Billings, Montana, report greater top speed, solo and sidecar, more acceleration, unusual gas economy with this model. Imagine that, sported and polished. Rule and Artley, San Diego report, I found these a mighty good job for high-speed work. Rathburns Motorcycle Company, Santa Ana, Harley Davidson, California, report. In regard to The 80-inch motors we have taken out this year, I will say, all are giving very satisfactory service, so we expect a large percentage of future orders will be for such jobs. 35 RLDR 45-inch twin. Now that they made in 36 as well. But not the VLDD and not the VLDJ. You know why? They came out with the knucklehead and the VLH. They didn't want a flathead outperforming their knucklehead, which is an underperforming, undesirable bike when it was built, and they didn't fix it until after the war. Because they needed heavier cases. They didn't fix that till 42. The bigger port heads came out with the 41 FL. And finally, after the war, they kind of sort of perfected the knucklehead and finally started selling them. 35 RLDR 45-inch twin, $20 net extra over RL, $12.50 net extra over RLD. A special 45 motor with more wallop and speed than the RLD, a bear for competition as well as straight road work, recommended for the seasoned rider who wants a sport job with dynamite for TT racing and other Class C competition. Compression same as RLD, larger intake ports, large special manifold, 1 16" carburetor, intake ports, manifold and cylinder heads polished. Special race polishing, guys. Motor specially assembled by one of our expert motormen and block tested. RLDR type motors cleaned up the first 3 places in the 200-mile race at Oakland. The same type motor won the 10-mile and 25-mile Class C events in the Nashville races, and RLDR was the second motorcycle to finish and the first 45 to finish the 200-mile race at Keene, New Hampshire. But they're only now announcing them. There will be only a limited number of these 3 types of motors. We therefore suggest passing the news along to those among your riders who are prospects for a motor of such performance and placing orders as soon as possible to avoid disappointment for deliveries. Now, we're going to page 3. We are making no public announcement. No public announcement at this time, because these specials are intended for experienced riders who want machines with thrillingly modern performances. Orders can be placed on regular order blanks. You follow? Specifying models according to the following: 35 VLDJ, special 74-inch twin, 35 VLDD, special 80-inch twin, 35 RLDR Super Sport Special 45-inch twin, no extra charge for mid-season color special. By being able to offer your selected prospect a choice of 3 special motors with proven extra performance, you can close some extra sales right now and satisfy the fellows who have been holding off trading in their machines, waiting for just an opportunity like this. Very truly yours, J.G. Kilbert, looks like, or Kilbird, something like that. P.S. Keep this letter for reference. If you didn't get your letter, you didn't open your mail, you didn't get it. And it wasn't offered. Those big inch motors were not offered in 36. Now, I got this special paperwork for Mr. George Hood. While I'm talking, we'll just kind of peruse the bikes a little bit for your enjoyment. Now, think of it this way. Nobody has this amount of stuff without having some sort of clue, first off. I've known Mr. George Hood, motorcycle connoisseur extraordinaire, man of inordinate talent, for 25 plus years. And at my insistent begging, he finally let me borrow the letter I posted yesterday and these, and has so far refused to sell me some of his other stash. His is not the only stash out there. So any of you guys with motorcycle literature stashes of stuff, let me borrow it or sell it to me before it's gone, before somebody throws it in the trash, because it's just old crap. Let's put out the information. Let's put out the real information. This isn't about I or you or they are more important. Let's get to the real of what really happened. Quit screwing around with all these know-it-all professors who don't know nothing because they have 2 documents or 100 documents in their possession, and they think that's all it was. Now, recently found, okay, you have to understand, Mr. George Hood got those documents, okay, from Troy Ross, or Bob Ross, or a combination of the two, motorcycles only. I assume from Bob, he was the father. Now, Bob Ross bought Eddie Ryan's dealership. And somewhere in George's stash has the actual bill of sale, let him take it over on payments, in 1962 for $1,800. Now, at that time, Eddie Ryan had lost his Harley-Davidson dealership to infighting with Boudeliers in roughly 56. And this is going on verbal documentation from George with a conversation with him. I have not seen the actual documentation in physical writing, so we're taking George at his word. I was born in 62, guys. I'd be 95 years old if I was present watching this stuff happen. That's why most of it's been lost. We don't have too many 95-year-old guys who are into motorcycles, and most of our 95-year-old guys aren't quite all there anymore. If I get lucky, maybe I'll make it to 95. If I get really lucky, maybe I'll even remember making these videos and I can watch them on YouTube. We humans don't live very long. That's really, really sad. We lose a lot of information because of that. So if any of you guys out there in the techno age happen to watch these videos, make us a magic pill where we can live longer. We'll actually do better. You'll make money off of it. But for now, George has let me borrow these letters. I'm hoping to borrow more information from him. I'm working on some other documentation. I did have quite a bit years ago and got in a world of hurt and had to sell my literature, unfortunately. So we're working on redoing a big literature pile. We have some, but there's still a lot out there. Let's let the information be known instead of going to a dark hole in your closet. So I'm a little upset with certain members who are busy running their mouth. And for those of you who are subscribing to the channel going, what's he talking about? Well, just go on the caimag.com site, have a look at the crap they're talking about over there. Go on the AMCA website. Chris Haynes is running amok trying to do whatever, I guess. Well, Mr. Haynes, documentation will put you down, pal. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to find it. Mr. Matt McManus, I love you dearly, brother. Thank God you're a young man, enthusiastic for this stuff. But step back, take a breath, and learn from the old guys while we're still here to be able to teach you anything before it's gone. Okay? I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to get you upset in any way, shape, or form. I see in you me 30 years ago. You understand? I was rocking. I was a young kid. And the old guys didn't like a young kid and try to hold him back. I don't want to hold you back. I want to lift you up. Because if it isn't for you guys, your age, this stuff goes away forever. So I love you like a brother. Even though I don't know you very well, you're a brother because you're into this old stuff. And you're young. You're the future, man. So, love all you people out in YouTube land. Thank you for all your warm wishes. This is a learning process for everybody. Let's not lose the knowledge. Okay? I'm trying to preserve this history. A little help from anyone, please, would be muchly appreciated. Let me borrow or buy your literature. Let me document it. Let me get it to Bruce Palmer. Let's get it out to the people who need to know. That's everybody into this old stuff. It doesn't belong to any one person. It belongs to all of us. See you guys in the next video.